Hey y'all, welcome back to Leslie's Mature Makeup and Beauty. Today I thought we would just do kind of a little springtime look since it's getting close to spring. We're having some spring-like weather today, but tomorrow we might have snow. It's going to be in the 70s today and then stay in the 30s tomorrow. So thanks, Alabama weather. I love you. But I thought we would do something kind of pinky on the eyes. And I had recently grabbed this Smoke and Roses palette from ColourPop. I love this packaging. It's super cute. This is one of their mega palettes, and they usually retail for $34, but they were having a sale, and this one was $23, and I'd kind of been eyeballing it, and I know I probably have these shades in my collection, but I don't know. I love their shadows, so I grabbed it. I've already got my eye primer on. I used my NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer and set it down with a little translucent powder. And I thought, this one is kind of organized like some of their others where everything kind of, you got these color families in rows. But I thought we would go with this one that's got these pretty pinkish shades. There are a couple of pigment warnings for Angel Eyes. And this guy, it's just those pinky red top tones can sometimes stain the eyes or cause an allergic reaction. But I think I'm going to start with Alone. It's kind of this light pink shade in my crease and, in my actual crease, and then work that up above a little. With my hooded eyes, I'm going to place my brush above my actual crease and just start working that in there. I've really got to reorganize my palettes. And then I'm going to use some stuff that it's been a minute since I used just to try to... One of you guys suggested a kind of a ranking my collection video. So I'm going to use some stuff that's been a minute since I've used. And in the foundation I'm going to use today, the L'Oreal 24 Hour Fresh Wear. It's just been a second since I used it. And I want to see, kind of remind myself since I've used the NARS Light Reflecting several times lately. Just remind myself like how that compares to, my other tried and true favorites. Because I did wear my CoverGirl the other day. And I'm just kind of building this up and diffusing it out. It's a really bright pink shade. Which I think your kind of more pastel pinks and mint greens and all of those things will probably be making an appearance here this spring. That's really pretty. I think I may take a little bit of that down on my actual lid just to... Because I am going to use that Angel Eyes shade. I have not normally had any issues with which using an eye primer can help with staining, but obviously if you have an allergy, an eye primer is not going to help you with that. So I'm going to take a little the e.l.f. flat shadow brush, and I am going to go into this deeper pink shade Angel Eyes and put that on my outer corner. And I did see where Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty is coming up. I did get my little booklet in the mail the other day, and there wasn't anything that I really felt like I just had to have. I mean, there were some things that a lot of times I'll do kind of some of the same products. That's a pretty pink. But this year they're going to have, a lot of times they would have a surprise steal like on Sunday each week. Well, this year they're going to have surprise steals on Fridays and Saturdays throughout the duration of their event. So that was pretty cool. But it's always a good time to replenish your stock if you've got, kind of some staples that you use. I know those Buxom lip creams are going to be on one day. And then I did see those new Maracuja Juicy Lips are going to be on one day for like $10.50. I'm going to use this Profusion small pointed brush and take a little bit of that Angel Eyes right into my crease. And then Sephora's spring savings event is coming up, which for me, that one's not as good of a deal because I don't spend a lot of money there, so I'm only an insider. But it starts April the 1st for the Rouge members. It goes from the 1st to the 11th, and Rouge gets 20% off. Your VIBs get 15% off. That starts on the 5th of April, and then the 7th of April starts the, for the insiders who get 10% off. But they're going to do 30% off their Sephora collection again. So I may look through and maybe grab some things from the Sephora collection. Those face razor refills are included. I'm definitely going to grab some of those. I think I may take the same brush. I'm going to put a shimmer on first, but I may take a little of this Whisper shade. It's kind of a dark gray, and run that on, kind of that upper lash line just to kind of smoke it out. And I'm going to go into Faithfully in the same row and put that on my lid. I'm just going to use a flat, dense brush for that. Most of the time it seems like ColourPop shimmers do pretty well with a brush. And I am kind of overlapping that into that outer corner shade, so it all kind of blends. This one almost seems a little more toppery than I might take a little of that deeper pink in this row. That's pretty. It's just kind of, like I said, it seems a little more toppery. So I'm going to take a little bit of on the edge. And see how that looks. Let's go with our finger. Of course, I said that about their shimmers, and then I'm going to clean my little Profusion small pointed brush off on my Sigma switch, and I'm going to go into this dark gray shade Whisper, and I'm going to put that just right close to the lash line, mostly focusing on the outer corner, just to give us a little something else out there. I don't know about y'all, but I may drag that over a little further. I'm ready for spring. I love to get outside and play in the flowers and shoot, just sit on the porch and drink coffee. I know I'm not supposed to pull on my eye. I can't help it. It's wrinkly and crinkly, and I need to pull it taut to get it even. I'm going to take just what's left on my brush and just kind of feather up a little bit there, just to give us a little more, give us a little bit of depth. And then I'm going to take just a big fluffy brush and blend those edges so that everything looks soft and diffused. I may take some of that first shade and bring it up just a little bit higher on this fluffy brush. So I feel like I need to go just a little further up there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this. Really got to wash my brushes. On a slightly smaller fluffy brush, this white, it's kind of a beigey white attraction, and put just a little bit of that on the brow bone and kind of diffuse it into that pink, just to kind of give us a soft gradient. And I think I'm going to skip out on concealer today and just, like I said, I'm going to use my L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear. I am going to use my Maybelline Blur Stick today. You know, this is my favorite pore filling item. I was really sad to hear about BH Cosmetics going out of business, which Makeup Revolution bought them out, so I wonder, because you know they have a really great eyeshadow formula, BH Cosmetics, so I don't know, maybe they'll keep them around, which I haven't tried a lot from Makeup. Well, I don't know that I've ever tried anything from Makeup Revolution, which I know they've got a ton of different brands under that Revolution umbrella. Just really making sure I press that in good. And I'm just going to do one pump probably. And I've got the shade 450. I think it's Rose Beige or something. I don't know. The number's 450. I feel like it's Rose Beige. I'm just going to dot this around everywhere. And then I'm going to use my Cookies and Dreams sponge to blend it in. I've got just a tiny bit left on my palette, so I'm going to take it on the pointy end of this sponge and just kind of clean up the edges there, since I'm not going to do concealer. All right, so now that we've got that on, I was trying to decide, I may take just a tiny bit of that darker gray and that pink, that deeper pink, and run under the eyes. I don't know if I want to put too much pink under my eyes. I don't know. That might make me look sick. Where's my Profusion? Well, I guess we'll just go in with this pencil brush. I think this one's from Sigma, yeah. It's their E30. I really like this one. I'm going to do just a tiny bit of that deepest pink. And run that all the way across. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that shade Whisper, that darker gray, same thing, just a tiny bit. And just lightly run that on this outer edge here. Not quite enough to even hardly tell, but it makes a tiny difference, I think. Of course, I've only used that one row of shades in here, but that one seems to be just as good as the others I've used. And then I'm going to do a little bit of my Essence Extreme Lasting Nude Liner in the waterline. Brighten that up a little bit. And we'll brush our brows up. Gonna use my, I've used my e.l.f. brow lift 1,000 times. So let's do a little NYX brow glue today. This is a good product too. Just something about that brow lift that kind of gives me a little bit of a fluffier look, which I heard or read somewhere that like skinny brows are supposed to be coming back for the fall. I will not be participating in that. I have obviously a bigger forehead, so I'm going to take a little bit of this Thorn Apart shade up here. It's a shimmer, and pop that in the inner corner. Just use my Sigma pencil brush. I just clean it off each time when I switch shades on my little Sigma switch. Or if you've got, just a washcloth or something works too. I feel like this Sigma switch really gets everything off. So it's like using a clean brush, even though it's not really a clean brush. I'm going to retry this L'Oreal Voluminous Noir Balm Mascara since it's had a little time to dry out. Silicone wand. This didn't really build very well for me, but maybe since it's dried out, it'll give me a little more volume. I do feel like maybe it's a little better now that it's dried out some. Yeah, I definitely feel like that built up better. Because this is 2 coats here and just the one here. I definitely feel like that built up better than it did last time I tried it. I definitely think that's better after it's dried out for a couple of weeks. And for bronzer, I'm going to use the Soul Body Cream Bronzer again. I have used this like every day since I tried it. For the first time, and I'm loving it. Going to use the e.l.f. buffing foundation brush again to apply it. Just getting a little bit on those bristles and dab her in. I can see this quickly becoming a favorite. And it does have a little light, kind of almost a coconutty vanilla scent to it. Nothing nearly as strong as like Physicians Formula butter bronzer, but it does have a little bit of a scent to it. But I don't mind it. But of course, if you have a sensitivity to fragrance or an allergy, or you may want to keep that in mind. That's just such a nice, natural looking bronzer. And it's just so easy. I mean, it just blends out super easy. And it wears well all day. And I have been leaving the little plastic cap in here just to help make sure it doesn't dry out. I'm that person that tries to throw everything away. And for blush, well, those types of things. I'm a bit of a hoarder with other things, but extra packaging, I feel like I want to chunk it. For blush, I decided I would go with my Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. It's got a nice, these baked blushes have got a bit of shimmer to them. I think they've got a berry shade I want to get, but I need another blush, like I need another hole in my head. I've already been thinking about trying to do the ranking video. I think the blushes are going to be really hard. Because I love blush, but just look at that. You got that sheen. It's pretty in pink. And I think I may set this foundation down with just a little bit of powder. I'm just a little bit dewy looking. Let's try my Maybelline. No, let's do e.l.f. HD powder. Let's try this. It's been a second since I used it. I'm just going to use one of my little powder poofs. And I tap just a tiny bit out into the cap, and I'm just really rubbing and working it into that little sponge. And I'm not going to go over my blush because I don't want to tamp it down too much. I think that does a good job, like blurring the pores there. I really need to use that side by side with my It Cosmetics and see how they compare, because just looking at the powders themselves, they look very similar, the consistency. So for lips, from ColourPop, one of their lippy pencil vaults. I've never tried their lippy pencil. This is the Truth or Bare collection. You get 10 lip pencils for $28. And I think I'm going to use the shade Cool BFF today, but you get a range of, some more pinky-ish neutrals, brownie neutrals. And I've kind of been into the whole brownie neutral thing, but I haven't swatched all of these or anything. But when you do the math, $2.80 for a lip pencil is a good deal. And I've heard good things about this formula, so hopefully I like it. But I'm going to go in with Cool BFF. Per usual, I just filled in my whole lips. Let me show y'all I really like this shade. It's kind of a brownie nude. Really like that. And then I thought I would try this little Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip again and see how it compares to the ColourPop Glowing Lips. Oh, and speaking of those, they are going to be coming to Ulta as well. Should be on the 13th, I think, because I checked the website because it was in their ad, but it was not available on the site yet. But you know, the ad doesn't start until, or the booklet, the dates on the booklet start on the 13th. So I assume that's when those will be coming as well. But you know, I love that cockatoo shade that I used the other day. And for me, in my area, shipping from Ulta is way quicker than, I was trying to look at the dates that those, because those Maracuja lips they're nice. You know, they're really hydrating, super shiny. And this is the shade Rose. They're going to be on sale for $10.50 on Thursday, March the 17th. So you can get those for $10.50. And then the ColourPop Glowing Lips, those will retail for $8, and hopefully they'll be available the 13th as well. But, you know, like I said, I don't know for sure. I have no inside baseball. So this is our finished Pinky Spring look. And some of y'all have asked about like an outfit of the day. So I am going to stand up back here and just show you what I'm wearing. This, I actually can't link this dress. I got it at the Dollar General for like $5 last year. And it's actually, I've lost about 20 pounds since last summer. So it's a little bit bigger than it was when I bought it. So I really think I could do like a medium. And I've just got my socks on because that's just who I am as a person. But it's made out of like polyester and spandex. And it's just a really lightweight, you know, springy. But like I say, this is in a large, and I do have, you know, some extra room. So if I see these available again, I will probably grab one in a medium. And throwing on like a denim jacket with it, I think would be super cute. You know, just kind of that transitional. And this is my Time and True jacket from, you know, that I just grabbed from Walmart for like $20. I think I've got it in a large. It was in the junior section, but you know, you throw that on with some little strappy white sandals, and I think that's a good, you know, transition outfit. But per usual, we'll go step outside and let y'all look at everything in natural light. It's kind of cloudy right now, but we should be able to get a different look anyway. I'm going to try not to squint. It's kind of overcast, but we do have a little bit of sun peeking out. And now I remember why I love that L'Oreal foundation. It really looks good. I mean, I think it's pretty comparable to the NARS on my skin anyway. But here's a peek at everything in natural light. Kind of like the pink shadow. I think it gives us a little something. There's that sun peeking out. Feels so nice on the face. But I think natural light kind of gives us a better idea of how everything looks, you know, in real life. But that is my version of a springy look. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I thank you guys as always for watching and commenting and subscribing to my channel. We are growing here on YouTube. Growing a little slower on Rumble, but that's okay. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I thank you again for being wonderful people, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.